Hello everybody, welcome to Hollywood Sports, the most realistic sports channel on YouTube. Well, what I wanted to do, guys, is to bring you EA Sports UFC roster reveal part 3. And the first fighter we're looking at is Miesha Tate. Her nickname is Cupcake. Her current record is 13-5-0. And she's actually from Tacoma, Washington. This is actually where I'm living right now. She's from Tacoma, Washington. She fights out of Yakima, Washington. She's age 27. Her height is 5'6". She weighs 135 pounds. And her strengths are submission wrestling. A staple in a woman's MMA since turning pro in 2007, Miesha Cupcake Tate has established herself as one of the most recognizable female fighters in the game today. Winning of 7 of her last 10 bouts, Tate recently followed up her season as one of the first female coaches in the history of the Ultimate Fighter by going toe-to-toe with her rival Ronda Rousey for the women's bantamweight belt. Despite the loss, Tate turned in a fight of the night performance and grew her fan base in the process. The next fighter is Dan Henderson. His nickname is Hendo. His current record is 31-11-0. He's from Downey, California. He fights out of Temecula, California. He's age 43. Wow, that's kind of old for a UFC fighter, but he's 43. His height is 6'1". He weighs 205 pounds. His strengths are mental attitude, wrestling, knockout power in both hands. A true MMA legend, Dan Henderson has squared off against the best of the best in a pro career that dates all the way back to 1997 and is still going strong today. With 14 wins by TKO, it's safe to say that Hendo has some of the heaviest hands in the UFC while also boasting one of the best chins. A fan favorite who holds winning records in the UFC, Pride, and Strikeforce, Henderson most recently got himself back into the win column with a fight of the night comeback performance in his rematch with fellow legend Mauricio Shogun Rua. The next fighter on this reveal is Ian McCall. His nickname is Uncle Creepy. His current record is 12-4-1 from Newport Beach, California. He fights out of Irvine, California. He's age 29. His height is 5'5" and he weighs 125 pounds. His strengths are sets of fast pace, explosiveness, and ground and pound. Owner of one of the most unique nicknames in the UFC today, Ian Uncle Creepy McCall has been fighting professionally since 2002. Making his flyweight debut in 2011, McCall has already faced off against the division's best, taking on Demetrius Johnson on 2 separate occasions, as well as Joseph Benavidez. After coming out of the wrong end of 2 consecutive ununanimous decisions, McCall bounced back in a style with a fight of the night win over Leroy Santos at UFC 163 in Brazil. Another great fighter of this roster reveal is FABRICIO WERDUM. His nickname is Via Cavallo. His current record is 17-5-1 from Porto Alegre, Brazil. He fights out of Los Angeles, California. He's age 36. His height is 6'4", and he weighs 239 pounds. His strengths is the ground game. One of the biggest threats currently throwing down in the UFC's heavyweight division, FABRICIO is a true MMA veteran and boasts a professional career that dates all the way back to 2002, riding a 3-fight win streak since returning to the UFC in February of 2012. WERDUM has most recently showcased his versatile skill set with a KO win over Mike Russo, followed by a submission victory over Minotauro, and currently WERDUM ranks among the top 5 heavyweights in the UFC. The next fighter on this roster reveal is GEGARD MOUSASI. His nickname, he doesn't have a nickname. His current record is 34-4-2 from the Netherlands. He fights out of Linden, the Netherlands. At age 28, his height is 6'1" at 185 pounds. His strengths is well-rounded. With a pro career that spans all the way back to 2003, GEGARD has already put together an impressive record despite being 28 years of age. A talented finisher, only 5 of MOUSASI's 34 victories have come by way of decision, earning 19 other wins by knockout and another 10 by submission. After emerging victorious against Lafiti in his UFC debut in 2013, MOUSASI was recently handed one of the few losses of his career by Lyoto Machida. He'll be looking to bounce back with a win in his next fight and crack the middleweight top 10. The next fighter is Anthony Pettis. His nickname is Showtime. His record is 17-2-0. He's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He fights out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He's age 27. His height is 5'10". He weighs 155 pounds. His strengths are excellent stand-up, strong ground game, and creativity. The WEC's final lightweight champion and the UFC's current lightweight title holder, Anthony Showtime Pettis, brings some flash with him every time he steps into the octagon. The Milwaukee native possesses a deep bag of tricks that's helped him emerge as the winner of 8 of his last 9 bouts. After securing himself a place on MMA's all-time highlight reel by landing the cage-jumping Showtime kick, Pettis went on to prove his ground game could be just as slick, winning his UFC title with a submission of the year-worthy Ambar. The next roster reveal fighter is none other than Johnny Hendricks. His nickname is Big Rig. His current record is 16-2-0. He's from Ada, Oklahoma. He fights out of Dallas, Texas. His age is 30. His height is 5'9". He weighs 170 pounds. His strengths are elite wrestling and power. One of the UFC's fastest rising stars and easily one of the most feared fighters in the welterweight division, Johnny Big Rig Hendricks packs enough power to end every fight with a single shot. From an elite wrestling pedigree to a devastating left hand to a solid chin, Hendricks has all the tools needed to either go the distance or down opponents quickly, and has ended 8 of his 15 career wins by KO. The next UFC fighter is Lyoto Machida. His nickname is The Dragon. His current record is 21-4-0. He's from Salvador, Brazil. He fights out of Los Angeles, California. His age is 35. His height is 6'1". He weighs 185 pounds. His strengths are karate, unorthodox style, and speed. Possessing one of the most technical and unorthodox styles in MMA today, Lyoto the Dragon Machida has been getting his arm raised in the octagon since February of 2007. A former UFC light heavyweight title holder, Machida made the move to middleweight in 2013. Instantly became one of the division's top contenders. An elusive stand-up game and talent for counter-striking has helped the Dragon score his share of highlight reels knockouts, including a memorable front kick KO against the legendary Randy Couture. The next UFC fighter is Junior dos Santos. His nickname is Cigano. His record is 16-3-0. He's from Santa Catarina, Brazil. He fights out of Salvador, Bahia, Brazil. He's age 30. He's 6'4", 238 pounds. His strengths are boxing, strength, KO power. Possessing some of the most polished and powerful boxing the UFC's heavyweight division has to offer, it is little surprise that 13 of Junior dos Santos' 16 MMA wins have come by way of knockout. The former heavyweight champ, Cigano, has only 2 losses to his name in 12 UFC appearances, with both being handed to him by current title holder Cain Velasquez. Chances are it won't be too long before dos Santos' name finds its way back into the title contention picture. The next UFC fighter on this reveal is Carlos Condit. His nickname is the Natural Born Killer. His current record is 29-8-0. He's from Albuquerque, I can't pronounce it, guys, New Mexico. He fights out of New Mexico. His age is 29. His height is 6'2". He weighs 170 pounds. His strengths are striking, submissions, and endurance. A perennial top contender in the UFC's welterweight division, former interim champ Carlos the Natural Born Killer Condit is never far from claiming UFC gold. A former WEC title holder, Condit has proven himself a versatile fighter and fan favorite, capable of producing fireworks, win or lose, whenever he steps into the octagon. Rangy, durable, and notoriously tough to finish, the Natural Born Killer represents a challenge for any fighter in the division. The next UFC fighter is Francis Carmont. His nickname is Limitless. His current record is 22-7-0. From Paris, France. He fights out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. His age is 32. His height is 6'3". He weighs 185 pounds. His strengths are striking. Hailing from Paris, France, and fighting out of Montreal's famed Tristar Gym, Francis Limitless Carmont has been on the rise since entering the UFC in October of 2011. A teammate of former welterweight champion Jorge St. Pierre, Carmont has proven that he's capable of ending fights on his feet or on the ground, earning 10 of his career wins by submission and 6 by KO. After seeing his 11-fight win streak recently snapped by Ronaldo Souza, Carmont will be looking to get back to his winning ways and continue climbing the middleweight ladder.